Hello friends. I hope you'll spend some time with me today while I introduce my good friend Jim Harrelson, better known in the entertainment world as Gentleman Jim Brady. I have known Jim for many years, since he taught himself some guitar and formed his own band, performing throughout his home state of Maryland. Jim left Maryland to head out west, performing in venues throughout Las Vegas, Arizona, Colorado, and California, among others. During these years, Jim continued to hone his skills as a musician and also became an entertainer and comedian. In 1985, while working for Jimmy Velvet's Elvis Presley Museum show, Jim had the honor of recording his first album, Brady in Nashville, at the Mark James Studio, produced by the renowned Otis Blackwell.
The music of the 50s. And that's why I was so happy when Otis Blackwell and Rocco Records asked me to tell you about this fabulous album by the one and only Diamond Jim Brady. You love the sound of Jim Brady. You put me through hell and water. So great is this man.
Since then, Jim has continued to work as a musician, actor, inventor, and overall entrepreneur, starting several different companies and managing a few restaurants during this time. In his free time, Jim became an avid motorcycle rider, a theme which is reflected in many of his musical works.
As I throw my leg over this old Harley of mine, sometimes an old prayer comes to mind. And I feel it's time to say, Lord, I want to talk to you just one-on-one.
During this time, Jim made many appearances on local television and radio stations to promote his albums and other ventures. In the following clips, he is seen in a variety of interviews and television appearances in locations throughout the Midwest.
Jim Brady now on the set with me, and Jim hails from Phoenix, Arizona way. That's where he's making his home presently. I don't know how long Jim has been in there, but how long have you lived in Phoenix,
About
Jim?
14 years.
14 years? Well, I'd say that you've got it well established by now.
Tomorrow. But for today only, an Elvis impersonator performs some of the singer's hit songs.
And tomorrow will be too late. It's
I still think John Paul does a better job.
Who is now the national co-chairman of the Reagan-Bush campaign, was on hand to listen to the gift made especially for the president. It is a song written and performed by local musician Jim Brady.
Reagan's our man, your vote he will need. With all of your help he'll succeed. His goal is to help me and
The name of the song, of course, Reagan's Our Man, and Margaret Hans will take a couple of the copies of the tape back to Washington with her.
Jim is a truly multifaceted individual with many interests and skills. As a singer, his voice possesses a warm, striking tone suited to many styles. He plays many different instruments at the professional level, including guitar, saxophone, and flute. His creative abilities are prolific, with over 300 songs written and 196 published. Jim is also a gifted poet, with several works published in the National Library of Poetry in Washington, D.C. Some of Jim's accomplishments and abilities include performing as a professional entertainer with over 30 years' experience in the entertainment industry throughout the United States. He has worked with world-renowned artists in Las Vegas, Nashville, and Los Angeles and recorded 3 separate albums, Angels, Gypsies, and Me, Brady in Nashville, and The Brady Bill. Multi-talented acting experience in movies, commercials, radio jingles, and product spokesman. A wide dynamic vocal range of over 3 octaves, with the ability to perform any style of music from country western, rock and roll to R&B and jazz. Skilled at 8 different instruments at the professional level, including guitar, saxophone, flute, and mandolin. A a prolific songwriting ability with over 300 songs written and 196 copyrighted and published. Wrote and produced a presidential campaign song for Ronald Reagan. Developed and marketed a narrative style of music with a jazz rock fusion background.
Pretty woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I'd like to meet, pretty woman. Don't believe you, you're not the truth. No one could look
At the end of the day, Jim considers himself a good old-fashioned entertainer with a gift for leaving his audience with a smile on their face. Jim currently resides back in his home state of Maryland, but I believe this talent cannot go unseen or unheard. His work can be found on several YouTube videos under the title Gentleman Jim Brady, singing his originals and covers. Currently, Jim is seeking out new opportunities to perform and entertain in the Baltimore-Washington area. We hope that this short video has introduced you to Gentleman Jim and given you an idea of his talents and abilities. Please refer to the links in the description below for Jim's YouTube videos, a more in-depth view of his musical abilities, and contact information. We would love to hear from you if you have any interest in pursuing opportunities to collaborate with Gentleman Jim. I thank you for your time and hope you have a great day.
woman, walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I'd like to meet, pretty woman. Don't believe you, you're not the truth. No one could look as good as you. Mercy. Down girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. Ride around, Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. Tell it again now. I said all you wanna do is ride around, Sally. Ride, Sally, ride. Huh, yeah, come on now. All you wanna do is ride as we live. At the end of my prayer. They asked me how I knew my true love was true. Something here inside cannot be. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Go, Johnny, go, go. Johnny, be good. Sometimes ago, I reached out one night and you were gone. Don't know why you'd run, what you're running to or from. All I know is I want to bring you home together with suspicious minds, and we can build our dreams on suspicious minds. All in our love survive. I'll dry the tears from your eyes. In the land of cotton, old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away.